Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and yes, we have a Black Friday haul from like all the candle brands. I mean, not all of them, but a few of them. One's like outside of Bath & Body Works. So for the people who say, he does this Bath & Body Works, well, this video is for you. Okay, cool. Let's see. Follow me on TikTok. I've started putting more content on TikTok. So, if you want to support me and help a sister out, then, yeah, follow me on TikTok, for more fun, juicy, short form content. Anything else? Candle Day Guide videos should be popping up either before or after this video. So, watch out for that. And yeah, okay, cool. Let's see. Nordstrom. So I was in Nashville for a few days and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna take this opportunity to be able to go to like a fancy mall that has like a Nordstrom in it, and so I went there just so I can like sniff out the like fancy candles. So in my previous location where I used to live, I mean, they were like Bloomingdale's and Neiman's and Nordstrom like just readily available, and I just like took that for granted, and I was like, well, certainly every state must operate this way. But then when I moved to my current location, yeah, no Bloomingdale's, no Nordstrom, none of those stores exist. So I was like, oh shoot, I can't even like do my like studying of luxury candles. And so when I was in Nashville, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go there. It actually happens to be Black Friday day that I would assume there's probably gonna be some candle sales, and so that's what we did. So the first candle that we have is the Voluspa Foraged Wildberry, which I've heard this, like, quite a bit of buzz about this one. And you guys know me and my relationship with Voluspa. Ugh. I mean, just so many unscented candles from them. I just can't even. I guess there's a market out there of people who just want subtle fragrance in the background that's not gonna like punch you in the face. And they just want like something that looks aesthetic or cute that matches their decor or whatever. Or in this case, this very like exotic maximalist decor. They want that with just minimal fragrance that's not gonna like, you know, punch you in the face with like, you know, pumpkin pecan waffles at a 9th row or whatever. And so that's why brands like Voluspa must still be able to exist and be successful, because clearly there must be a market for people who want more subtle fragrances. But every Voluspa candle that I bought past have just been so incredibly weak that I'm just like, the gall to charge the prices that they do for candles that don't throw, just ugh. But now they have these 3-wick tins or whatever at a rather reasonable price. So the retail price, at least at Nordstrom, was $28, but it was on sale for $21, so whopping $7 off. I was like, $20 for a 3-wick candle from a luxury brand doesn't seem too bad. So I sniffed through all of them, and this was the one that I had landed upon. Let's see, I should probably get notes to be the most comprehensive. Okay. Citrus fruity, notes of fallen leaves, cassis berry, wild blackberry, and golden amber. Okay, I have already burned this one once, and that's what that looks like. It's a 3-wick tin and a pretty wide diameter, so I figured hopefully this would do better than all the other previous Voluspa candles I've had. It's a very juicy, tart berry, definitely like a brightness from a citrus, as well as a very just like super ripe blackberry fragrance. I would say the closest things, if you're a BBW fan, would be the wild huckleberry fragrance, which then got repackaged as salted grapefruit shore, and then the sugared pomegranate, which was also the land of sweet sugared pomegranate. That type of like almost like this juicy quenching berry fragrance with a citrus undertone to it, for sure. This one does have a little bit more of like a complexity, I guess, from the amber that's also kind of shoved in there as well to give it a little bit of warmth to it that would otherwise be like a super bright, juicy, fruity fragrance. It is super bright and juicy, but yeah. I like it. It's just a very super pleasant, nice berry fragrance that it's like not quite so synthetic in a Bath & Body Works like drink fragrance type of way, and still has a little bit more of like a sort of subtle creaminess to it that makes it quite pleasant. I would say the throw on it was mild for sure. I had it going on in this open concept area, and I would say for this, it pulled out fine, and because it's tin, it kind of like insulates the heat, which is nice for a like Voluspa burn, even though they have quite soft like cocoa wax or whatever it is. I would say maybe like a 4 to a 5. Like, it wasn't super bold or strong, but you did get like whiffs of it in the background that it was like present and noticeable enough, and it had an even wax pool. So yeah, better than all my other Voluspa experiences, so I'm happy about that. If I could get some of their juicy rose fragrances in a 3-wick tin, I would entertain it. I guess based on the first performance of this 3-wick tin, I would be willing to try other fragrances for the $20 range. Let's put it that way. So yeah, I had their advent calendar last year, and I did enjoy the fragrance profiles of all of them. It was just the throat that's always going to be kind of hard for Voluspa. So yeah, after this, not quite as like terrible on Voluspa as I was previous. So cool. Foraged Wildberry right there. It is a 12-ounce 3-wick candle. Okay. And then I moseyed on over to their Apotheke section, which I've never owned, but I've seen many times before. And they had like, I'm assuming like a new seasonal collection of this, a cardamom chestnut and a black cypress or something like that. And this was the one I like intensely sniffed all of them and decided on this. So Firewood says, bring home the warm and welcoming aroma of a crackling winter bonfire with a blend of spicy cardamom and nutmeg, enriched by smoky birch tar, patchouli, and cedarwood, made with premium soy wax blend with essential and perfume grade fragrance oils. 70 to 80 hours. And it's a 12.5 ounce single wick candle, originally $48, but it was like $33 for the sale. Okay, so cool, that's what that looks like. And normally, you know, Firewood is dime a dozen, right? It's just like, oh my God, how many Firewood candles can you get? And so I was expecting fully like the usual like fireside type of leathery, really overly smoky, dry wood fragrance. But that's what the jar looks like right there. It's like in gold in the inside, like gold plated or whatever on the inside. And I think there's a logo stamped right here that you're probably not gonna be able to make out with this lighting. Okay, I already burned it yesterday, and surprisingly good performance for a single wick luxury candle. It's a white ceramic, so it has like a matte finish to it, so super minimalist that it's kind of nice. It like blends in with the environment. And it has almost like those thick rope-like wicks that we see from BBW, and there's just a single one of them. And for how cold it is here right now, and for a single wick candle with no Illuma lid or anything on it, I do have to say it pulled out quite nicely. I was quite shocked. It must like have pretty soft wax with a strong enough wick to be able to do that. So I was happy about that. And I would say it was maybe like a 5 throw in the bedroom. Yeah, very much just medium, but present and delicious enough that I really enjoyed it. And oh boy, oh my God, I freaking love this. Wow. So you get that usual smoky firewood fragrance, but there's a creaminess to this mixed with a beautiful spiciness. And the spiciness, I have come to learn that I really enjoy cardamom. I've smelled so many things that have like cardamom listed on it, and I love like almost every single one of them. Like it is a spice note, but it's usually made kind of like creamy, and it gives it like an extra like almost cozy depth to it that I really enjoy. And this one also has nutmeg in it, so it gives it a slightly more gourmand leaning feel mixed with that cardamom in there. But then you do get that usual like woodsy smoked birch tar and cedarwood feel that gives it your usual kind of like wood burning fireplace type of feel that makes it very cozy, especially for this super cold weather that we're having. And there's almost even something kind of like incensey about it too. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like burning incense as well, but in a very like creamy and approachable way that I really enjoy. And like I love all the layers of it. It's like you do get that expected sort of bonfire, firewood, you know, smokiness in there, but then there's also a creamy spiciness from the cardamom and the nutmeg. And then a little bit of like an exotic depth from something that kind of comes off like incense. Perhaps it's the patchouli that's also kind of giving it that kind of natural vibe, if you know what I mean. Yeah, but wow, beautiful, love it. I can't wait to burn it again. If there was a 3-wick of this in the store, I would have picked it up, but unfortunately they did not have it. So, but for a single wick, it performed good. So, positive first impressions from this brand that I will like, if I ever buy a Nordstrom and it happens to be on sale, I will sniff out their seasonal releases. Okay. Moving on, we'll save BBW for last. We have a fun little Goose Creek Warehouse Sale haul. Yeah, so they have a warehouse sale. I don't think they had one last year for whatever reason, but this year they did have one, and I was able to shop it. Full disclosure, I do work for Goose Creek. These candles were not sent to me. I bought these with my own money. And yeah, okay. Anytime I talk about Goose Creek, just want to put it out there just to be safe. Okay, so yes, I did buy all of these. They were $5 each for the 3-wick candles, and oh my god, that warehouse was crazy. It's like the secondary like warehouse that they have, and it was just like crates and crates and crates. I mean, it had to be like thousands and thousands of candles. It was just insane. And it was like old stock too, so it was fun to see all through the older stuff that I haven't seen before, that was prior to my time when I started working with Goose Creek, that it was super fun to go through all of it. And I was like, oh my god, I just don't have enough time to be able to go through like thousands and thousands of candles. Like, I've never been to a warehouse sale from Goose Creek, so I didn't know what to expect. But when you go in there, I mean, it was just like all the seasons in just like crates and crates and crates and crates and thousands of candles. It was crazy. It's like outlet pricing, and I don't know the full details on it, but I think it's like either returns and must be overstock because there was so much of the candles. And whatever other, I guess, things that qualify to be put at outlet pricing during warehouse sale. I don't know all the deets on it. But they had a lot of old inventory, which was so much fun. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna sniff around and see what I can find. And I bought 4 candles. Because it was cash only, and so I was like, okay, I have a $20 bill. I'll just use that toward this warehouse sale and call it a day. The first one we have, which you saw my Instagram story, it's a Lavender Sugar fragrance, which so many people have raved about this, and I've asked for it to come back on social media, and I was like, why are people raving so much about a Lavender Sugar fragrance? And especially because the marketing on this says aromatherapy. It also says relax on it, and so I was just assuming just the most usual basic, like slightly sweetened lavender fragrance that you would get from a lavender vanilla or a lavender this, that, and the other, a French lavender, and so I didn't pay any mind to it. I mean, the only notes that we have on here, because this is prior to having scent notes on the bottom warning labels, is the front that just says lavender, sugar, and vanilla, but that does not paint the full story of this candle whatsoever. And so I've already burned this one like twice because I was just freaking loving it. It's amazing. I would say it's probably one of my like favorite Goose Creek fragrances that I've burned to date. Oh my god, I totally see all the hype now. So this is none other than like a lavender shortbread cookie fragrance. Beautiful. Like just the most gourmand, delicious lavender. I mean, it is the most authentic and realistic lavender shortbread fragrance I've ever smelled in my life. Like, my mother has made lavender shortbreads, and this literally smells exactly like it. It's not synthetic, it's not fake. It's just the most beautiful, buttery, crispy, like round little shortbread cookie. Topped with like the crystallized sugar on top, sprinkled, and then just the beautiful, like delicate lavender aroma that laces that buttery shortbread cookie. It is truly the most authentic lavender shortbread fragrance I've ever smelled in my life. Like, there's a butteriness to it, a sugariness, but still plenty of lavender in it. I mean, this truly rivals like lavender marshmallows and the pink lavender espressos for like a lavender gourmand fragrance. Wow. Yeah, excellent. It would be so juicy if this could come back from Goose Creek again, like maybe for the springtime. So yeah, relaxed lavender sugar right there. Don't let the aromatherapy packaging fool you on this. I mean, not that you can get it in this packaging right now anyways, but gorgeous fragrance. Wow. The other 3 I have not burned yet because I just purchased these. It is Pink Seascape, and they're just like traditional... oh, hello. I didn't see that there was a person on this label. So you see this here, right? And it's just like a beach. But then you turn around, there's literally a human on the label. Cool. But yeah, this I've never smelled before or never seen. Pink Seascape just says grapefruit, dragon fruit, and amber. It has, you know, white wax, the usual like rope-like wicks that we see from Goose Creek. Ooh, I love this. Oh my god, it's like this beautiful, like grapefruit floral fragrance to it. It has a sparkling, almost like salty sugariness to it. And like Pink Seascape seems very fitting for it. Yeah, you get a very realistic and juicy, almost like a pink grapefruit juice fragrance to it. There's a little bit extra fruitiness from the dragon fruit that's in there, but there is definitely a like unlisted floral note that's merging with the amber to make it a little bit more sophisticated and elevated, that it's not just a grapefruit drink fragrance, but something that's a little bit more fantasy and seascape-ish, that I really enjoy. Wow, I totally love this. So Pink Seascape right there. The next one we have is Cranberry and Chestnut from one of their like decor labels from years past, and that's what that looks like. No notes on this, but presumably Cranberry and Chestnut. Also 3 wicks white wax, and that's what that looks like. And yeah, I like this. This was not what I was, I guess, necessarily... Well, no, it is kind of what I'm expecting, but a little bit more body care, inedible than I would imagine a Cranberry Chestnut fragrance to be. But I like it. It's like this... Yeah, it has a body care cranberry fragrance to it. I even get some citrus with like an orange in there. A lot of times cranberry and orange get blended together for like a holiday blend. And something nutty in the background that gives it a warmth that, yeah, it's cranberry and chestnut, but it's so much more than that, and definitely more of like a body care leaning, like perfumey version of what cranberry and chestnut would be. Yeah, I get heaps of a citrus note in here for sure, but I like it. We'll see how it does, but it's like a rather conceptual cranberry and chestnut fragrance that offers a little bit more than, I guess, just cranberry and chestnut. So, cool. And lastly, we have this blueberry Greek yogurt, and that's what that looks like. I feel like I've seen this one like floating around on the internet, and I've always been curious to smell it. And so I finally, it was right there. Blueberries, strawberries, and yogurt. White wax, 3 wicks. And oh my god, this is so juicy. Yeah, wow. I mean, it's just truly the most like ooey gooey, liquidy, dairy, milky yogurt blueberry fragrance that you've ever experienced. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it smells like a very, very sweet, like 20 grams of added sugar blueberry yogurt that you've just opened. And the thing is, for a yogurt fragrance, I wouldn't let like the, I guess the weird like dairiness or the spoiled dairy or the milk or the cheesiness that's normally accompanied with like milk type of fragrances. I don't really get that in there. It's more so just like a very sweet, like a Yoplait blueberry yogurt, like literally captured in a candle. Wow, yeah, this is like an excellent, very realistic representation of very sweet sugared blueberry yogurt. Cool, I like that. Okay, and then lastly, Bath & Body Works, Black Friday is buy 3, get 3. You guys know I never buy anything from Bath & Body Works during Black Friday unless it's a Black Friday exclusive. But the Emily in Paris already launched prior to the Black Friday sales, that I didn't really need to do that. And so since I was like kind of Black Friday shopping, I was like, let me just pop into a BBW to see if there's anything interesting. There was not, but there were plenty of people shopping. It's just crazy how many people still like buy during buy 3, get 3 when there's like so many better sales to be had during the rest of the year. But I had a coupon for a free body care item with any purchase. So now that the Emily in Paris stuff was in store, I wanted to like smell it and get the body care. And so I got the Macaron Cloud Pocket Back right here. I've already talked about this fragrance before, so I don't really need to go into it. It's like your sort of daffodil daydreams, cotton candy clouds, whipberry meringue type of saltwater boardwalk taffy fragrance. So I got that. The Pocket Back is great like scent duplication, replication on your hands and everything. And then I used the coupon to get Paris Amour, which I actually really enjoy. I did a whole review on this already, so I won't really go into it. French tulips, apple blossom, sparkling pink champagne, sandalwood, and creamy musk. A very like old school Bath & Body Works body care fragrance that's fruity floral for sure, mixed with a like floral sandalwood that makes it very perfumey. I would say the shower gel is probably the most like freshest and not so heavy on that sandalwood and musk like the candle. The candle has heaps of the sandalwood and musk that pushes out. This one's a little bit more lighthearted and fruity that I enjoy. So Paris Amour right there. And then, oh my god, the saga with this candle, the Macaron Cloud. So I ordered it the first time during the early preview. Snowflakes and Cashmere came in instead. So then I requested a replacement. It came, but the replacement was cracked and broken. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but there's a crack like running down all through here, down to the bottom of the candle. And the wax just fell right out of it. So I did re-jar the wax into a different jar, and then now I just have this for show. And so we have Macaron Cloud. I tried to get a replacement of this one that came broken, but she said the system only allows you to do a single replacement on a like product, that all she could do at that point was just refund me. And I was like, well, I kind of wanted the candle, but all she could do was refund me. So 25 minutes later, I got my refund on the phone. Macaron Delight Parisian Spun Sugar and Pink Berries. Yeah, very similar to that Cotton Candy Cloud, Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds, Daffodil Daydreams. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance in the jar. I mean, I can still smell it in here. The thing is, it's so strong captured in this jar, but I have burned it and it's so incredibly light and weak. It's actually quite disappointing because it's such a beautiful fragrance, but super, super light and super weak when you go to burn it, that I cannot recommend it. It's a total thumbs down. So there was that, but at least I finally was able to experience the wax. So cool. I think that's it. Let me know if you shopped any other Black Friday stuff down in the comments down below. Hope you enjoy this like mixed bag of candle fragrance action. And yeah, thanks so much, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.